Hi, my name is Zainab. I study of religions and history at SOAS. I recently graduated in the summer. During my time at SOAS, I found that the ADD services was really useful towards my development of my essay writing skills. So in the beginning of my third year, I found that I was struggling a lot to get a first, and I didn't know what it was specifically, because obviously tutors have so many students that they need to attend to. They can't give you that individual time, and the one-to-one tutorials in the ADD office was really perfect, because you give them a specific part of your essay which you think needs improvement, and they look at it and they tell you how you can change your form of writing, maybe make it more interesting, make it more relevant, or make it more focused, because I realised most of the times I was trying to get in all the information that I read rather than answering the
questions. So my name is Charlotte Holig, and I lecture in Korean art history in the Department of History of Art and Archaeology. I have considered this issue of increasingly all of us use computers so much, and we get used to writing on a computer. Many of us write very fast without having been taught how to type. I mean, that's kind of an outmoded thing, right? And I guess less and less of us use handwritten notes. And I have thought about, in particular, the younger generation of students who have been brought up using computers also during their secondary, college years and so on. I think it must be quite frustrating suddenly having to write pages up and pages down by hand in an exam situation. I think in particular, I actually tried it the other day whilst working on my book, because I got a bit tired of always sitting in front of the computer, and you're always faced with this sort of blank page and always trying to write something, and you delete it, and you write it again and you delete it. And I thought maybe it would be liberating simply writing by hand, so that it's more difficult to delete. And that was actually a very interesting experience. Also because I came across some of my own drafts from when I was an undergraduate student, that of course are all handwritten. And it's really interesting to see how I had written pages up, pages down by hand, and how little I had actually deleted. So, and I wonder whether writing on a computer generates a completely, or not, perhaps not completely, but how writing on the computer generates a different form of thinking, in particular because we get so used to the delete button and the copy and paste button. And I'm not sure actually if it's a good thing.
I'm Paul Kohler, I'm head of the School of Law, and I teach property and trusts. Now, one of the problems when you're getting all this oral feedback is how to remember it, how to note it. The mistake some students make, or many students make, is they try and write down everything that's said. So a good student will not engage in the tutorial or the seminar because they're too busy writing down what everyone else is saying. Now, this isn't sensible. You're not engaging yourself. You just become a stenographer noting down others' comments. So what is the trick? Well, the trick is to ensure you do not take too many notes. What you should do is write down key words or phrases either said or encapsulating your response to what was said. If you perfect that technique, your notes will remind you of the conversation far better than an attempt to write down a verbatim transcript of all that was said. But I always encourage students not to use their computers at this time. Why? Well, one, because they tend to just get obsessed with the screen and looking at that rather than engaging in the class. Secondly, because in exams you're still assessed by what you write with pen and paper. Therefore, you need to practice using pen and paper. Therefore, it's far better to take notes in lectures and seminars and tutorials on pen and paper, because what you see increasingly is students writing an exam and for 9 months they've typed at a keyboard. Yes, it'd be wonderful if we assess you in exams via a keyboard, but until we do, use pen and paper during your formative period in those 9 months prior to the exam.
Hi, I'm Fazana. I'm in my second year now and I'm studying Arabic and International Relations.
Hi, I'm Serkan. I study law. I'm a final year undergraduate. I haven't really used any of the LTD services as of yet, but I have heard about them and wish I had actually used them during my first year of study. I remember, being a law undergraduate, there's so much research you have to do and you have to look into so much stuff. And essay writing or legal essay writing is really difficult. So having that kind of support and aid would have been invaluable, I think, to the first year.
For me, because my degree is a joint honours, I spent a lot of my first year doing Arabic, so I didn't really need to use the services with the LDT, but I did have one module of International Relations, and because I was so used to doing so much Arabic that my essay writing skills, I wasn't as confident because I wasn't doing it as much as my colleagues were. So I could have definitely used it then just to boost my confidence and check that I was doing the right thing. And now going into second year, where my degree is more 50-50, I can definitely use the services more as I'll be writing more essays.